All right, and we're back, ladies and gentlemen. We apologize for that. We had some technical difficulties there. We apologize. It seems like, I guess, on the winter day, the system just doesn't want to work with us, I guess.
Likey.
Absolutely. But we are back. We just got done talking about the White Sox here, talking about the Benintendi move for the White Sox. So if you missed that, apologies. But David, we move into the Cubs territory now, talking about the Cubs with their big signing.
Stupid Northsiders.
Dansby Swanson, ladies and gentlemen. Dansby Swanson. He has officially been signed, 7-year, $177 million deal. Very pricey for the Cubs, but obviously in the range of what they were looking for, I guess, in a shortstop and in a premier player for sure. He's kind of the last remaining guy on the list. But David, Swanson becoming a Cub, it's something that a lot of people were talking about. The deal finally got done. Your thoughts on the deal? Swanson to the Cubs, how do you think this one fits? Give me your thoughts.
Unfortunately, they overpaid. But that's what the market was.
Yeah.
Could it end up being he's worth the 177 for 7 years? I like the 7 years, 177. You're not going 10, 13 with him.
Right.
And what, Swanson's 26, 27?
28.
He's 28?
28, going to be 29.
That's not a horrible...
Oh, still in his prime.
That's not, years-wise, that's not horrible. I think the money was a little steep. But, the Cubs made some really good, smart decisions.
Yeah, absolutely.
In this offseason. And I think the best one was Bellinger, though.
Okay.
Bellinger's going to, it's a win-win. It's not going to cost him anything if he poo-poos all over himself. But if he goes, it's going to be real good.
Absolutely, yeah. Obviously Bellinger is a real talent. We know he's won the MVP in 2019. Swanson, it was something, again, we all heard about it. We all talked about it. I agree with you. They definitely overpaid. I think they said the market value for him should have been set around 110, 120. So they obviously paid well into it because obviously the shortstops that were going before him were making a ton of money. So that obviously resets the market. But you still got him, I would say, like you said, at a very reasonable price. You didn't, it's not too crazy.
No.
It's in the right range. The Cubs aren't spending a lot of money right now. And adding him to the group of Bellinger and obviously Talon, if everybody stays healthy and produces like they're supposed to, there is a good chance to say that the Cubs can be competitive. It's still difficult nevertheless, but it puts you in prime position to challenge for maybe second. First feels like it's locked.
You've got a nice 1-2 pop now.
Yeah.
In that Suzuki and Swanson probably. I would assume Swanson's probably going to hit too.
Yeah, I would say so. He hit 25 home runs last year, 96 RBIs. I mean, he's a fairly consistent shortstop that can slap hit. He can hit for power. He can hit with contact.
I'd put him at 2 because you still have Wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
You still have Hap. I mean, do you see anyone else? Who's playing right field this year? That ought to be interesting.
That's a tough question. That is a tough question. I don't know because Hap's already got center field locked up, and
doesn't Suzuki? Or are they going to move Suzuki to right? I thought Hap was in left last year. And Suzuki played center.
I know Hap can play every position, but
yeah, Hap can pretty much.
He covers the whole field.
Where do you want to play this year?
I don't know. I guess you have options out there for sure. TJ, I want to go to you for this, man. I mean, do you think? Sorry. Do you think that? Where do you think for Ian Happ is at? Because we know he plays center field. That's kind of like where he's mostly, I think, been locked at for the most part. You would say, right?
Yeah. Normally he's in center field. He's all over the place.
I thought, but when Suzuki was playing, he was in center, correct?
I believe Suzuki was in right.
Oh, really?
That's what yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well then right field's locked up. you've got Happ in center, Suzuki in right.
Yeah, I believe that. Because I believe Suzuki's in right, and I would you have to put Happ in there because I think Happ's the fastest of them, and then you don't want Suzuki trying to cover too much ground, especially at Wrigley. I mean, I like Wrigley. I mean, I worked there, but yeah, there's quite a few little potholes and little dips and things that you can get your cleats caught in. So yeah, I'd put Happ definitely in center.
Yeah, it just feels like his natural position.
Okay,
and
so
Suzuki feels like a guy that you can play all around the field if you need to.
Are you then playing Nico at second?
I would. Yeah, I would. Nico has that
Wisdom at first.
Yeah.
Or who? Well, who's the third baseman then?
Well, is Brendan Davis is going to get the call. He's going to be there for.
Brendan Davis, though, I believe was a center fielder, so I don't know where you're going to put.
I thought he was a first baseman. I may have been wrong. Apologies.
Yeah, because I think the last projection was that you had Mervis at first base.
Yes,
and
you're right.
You're pushing Wisdom over to third.
Oh, they're going to push Wisdom to third?
Yes.
Which isn't horrible. He's not the greatest defensively at third, but
yeah, no, Brent, you're right.
I can live with that.
Yeah, and you're right. Brendan Davis, outfielder. He's actually considered a center fielder, but he can play every outfield position. So he'd probably
put
be
him
your
in
left
left.
fielder.
Yeah.
Then, yeah,
put him in left.
6'4". I mean, he fits that criteria right there. Big bat, big energy. He's got that. And there's your outfield setup right there. Suzuki, Brendan Davis, and
we didn't even talk about Morel.
Yeah, I forgot about Morel.
I forgot about Morel for a second. I was like, wait a minute. Where are they playing Morel?
He may be like their utility guy. Just a guy that'll come off the bench every other day kind of guy.
As hot as he was,
that's the difficult thing because
I might start him over Nico and have Nico be your utility guy because Nico can play second, short, or third.
I'm probably looking at this from like the names perspective because Nico Horner kind of made a name for himself, right? Not that Chris Morel did not, but Horner is kind of considered to be the guy with, I think, more that can exceed, right? Because he was a first round pick, so he's supposed to project more. Obviously, I know that's not how baseball always goes, but
we forgot about dude they got from the White Sox too.
Yes. They also have.
They are
Nick Madrigal. Yes.
They are deep in the infield.
Yeah, they got a lot of guys.
Wow.
Quick gloves, good contact hitters.
See, once again.
And it's depth because everybody got hurt too. Because Nico got hurt and Madrigal got hurt. This is what they need. They need that depth.
Like we were talking about this when the whole Correa thing was, oh, he's coming to Chicago. I'm like, no. Chicago does not want them on their team. He does not fit what the Cubs are turning into right now. And everybody's like, what do you mean? They're a stick and ball team.
Yeah.
And I think that plays into what Rossi wants. He doesn't want a power team anymore. He wants a team that's going to play good stick and ball. The occasional home run here and there, maybe one or two a game.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy, but if a guy has over 30, great. If not, if you're hitting 20 to 30 every season and you're playing smart baseball and running the bases right, that team could be lethal. And are you saying St. Louis is the team to beat in that division?
Absolutely.
Is that what you're trying to say?
Absolutely. I mean, it's them in Milwaukee, and right now Milwaukee, I don't think have the bats. Their bats go quiet so soon in the beginning of the season, and then they shrink off at the end of the season. They need to they've traded away guys like Colton Wong and all that. They need to add more to their lineup, I think, to get more pop in there. Now listen, baseball is baseball. We know the ball can go either way, and we have to remember the shift is ending, which is going to help a lot with running. Right, you hit it in play,
and I think that's where guys kind of why I'm
playing that old school.
I feel
kind of
like
feel.
Rossi's had his fingers in all of this offseason.
Yeah. And you're going to have the pitch clock, and you're going to have the pickoff rule where it's 2 pickoffs per batter.
Yeah.
So all of that stuff is going to equate to having guys on the bases wanting to steal more, being able to get guys in scoring position a lot more. So, yes, that the stick and ball kind of play that, for me, for those who are White Sox fans, the Ozzie ball way of doing things, right? Get on base. Now, that's the thing. Get on base, score, and then you only had 2 guys on that 05 team that hit home runs, and it was Frank Thomas and Konerko, and occasionally AJ.
Did them pretty well.
And Jermaine Dye, yes. And that's all you needed.
They did pretty good in 05.
99 wins and a World Series title.
I mean, they did good for themselves.
And this happens in sports all the time, right? I mean, we can all agree on that. Eventually, there's a time where everything kind of comes full circle. Perhaps this is where baseball is like, yeah, we've kind of hit the home run part. Maybe they're coming back around to being like, you know what? Run the bases, have the fast guys. I mean, look, the White Sox signed Billy Hamilton to a minor league deal because they know what he can do. And guess what, folks? If you got the 2 pickoff rule and you throw the pickoff with him on base, he's 34 or 35 years old and he can still fly like the wind.
Yeah.
So don't think they don't have him in their pocket for a reason, okay? Everybody's going to start looking for that guy that can just take off. A Ricky Henderson-esque, which if Ricky Henderson were still playing today, he'd be like, I'm going to get 1,000 today. I'm gonna just have 1,000 stolen bases. If this rules we're in right now, are you kidding me?
Today, I can say I'm the greatest.
Absolutely. But I
just nobody else but Ricky Henderson could stop a baseball game in the middle of the baseball game and just go, today, I am the greatest.
And he was the greatest.
Love you, Ricky.
He's great.
Great. I will freely admit, Ricky Henderson probably the greatest leadoff hitter I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, absolutely. By far.
And that's saying a lot because my second cousin was probably one of the best too.
Could have been greater.
And does not get enough credit for how good he was as a leadoff.
No, absolutely. And that came real early in his career too, right?
Yeah.
Putting him in the Mets and being like, kind of need you to like be the guy at first up. And he's like, no problem, man, let's go. And he just gets up there with a bat and just nails it.
Nothing better than the mid air collision between him and Mookie too. Oh, that one still brings just pain face.
I think they're still hurting from that one. just a skosh.
Not saying there may be CTE, but that collision was probably one of the nastiest ever.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a rough one. But I mean, look, for the Cubs as a whole, I think they're going in the right direction.
I love their direction.
In place.
The only thing that they didn't do in this offseason that I absolutely thought they needed to do was go out and get themselves an ace.
Yeah. And that was tough with this market because
Shohei. I'm just saying.
Come to Chicago, but then let the bidding war begin.
I swear, you want that team to take off?
They're going to have to give up a lot, though.
He's got what, a year left?
I believe so. I think
he's
got
a free agent next year.
The 1 year, $30 million left.
You want to see what kind of numbers that dude brings? He's going to destroy every pitching market ever. And everybody's going to be like, well, we're not paid for his pitching. Yeah, you are.
Yeah, you're paying for everything. Trust me. That guy's going to get $400+ million, okay? That's going to happen. But he is 29. But honestly, this team right now, it's good to see that they're
wild card. Is that too much of an expectation, or do you think they're still like it maybe a year away?
I would say they're a year or two away because there's other guys that I think still need to come along that need to kind of take place, and I think Wisdom being at first is still like a placeholder. I think you need to find that first baseman. I still think you need to find maybe a third baseman, fill out the depth a little bit more. I think they need to round out the bullpen a little bit better. Like you said, they need to find an ace. You need to find that star pitcher. And
it's not Kyle Hendricks.
It's
never
never gonna be at this point. So they have a lot more work they need to do. Can they do it by next year? Maybe, but
that division's weak enough that they could probably make
there's
a
enough
run.
there that they could probably get to second. They could pass up the Brewers. It's just the Cardinals right now, they're stacked with everything that they need right now to compete.
Pitching, I'm gonna be
Their
interested.
pitching's a little bit meh.
Yeah,
but it's
the
their
pitching
bats.
there is what concerns me. And to be quite honest, Wilson Contreras being there, Cubs, you're gonna see why you didn't want to re-sign him. I'm being very honest when I say that.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody clamored. I get that he was a Cubby. Yeah, he was the last of the core group.
Right.
But he was rated one of the worst defensive catchers in Major League Baseball last year.
Well, and that's I don't think he's going to do as well as he's done with the Cubs, but I think you'll see him playing a lot more DH than he has in the past.
Honestly, no. I think Yachty's going to try and work some magic with him.
I'm sure he will. I'm sure he will.
And that's what's scary. If Yachty can teach him how to frame a ball, it's done.
Yeah.
If Yachty, because he's got the arm talent.
Absolutely.
He's horrible at framing balls.
Yeah.
So if Yachty can teach him how to frame, then you're in trouble.
Yeah. No, yeah. And that's where the Cardinals, I think, luck out because they have a plethora of catchers themselves that they can be like, pick one. Like, they all are very solid from behind the plate. So, yeah, I think they're going to use him more as a DH. But, yeah, if Yachty gets with him and they're able to be like, no, you just like this, man. That's all you have to do. Just frame it up. And all of a sudden you got Liberatore and all those guys being able to be like, hey, I got a zone. That team's going to be ridiculously good. That team could probably win 100 games.
Yeah.
And
I wouldn't doubt that.
Yeah. And they need somebody to fill in the DH now that Pujols is gone.
And let's not be stupid. There will be someone that will be on the trading block come trade deadline this year from San Diego. Cubs, you might want to look into it. Have Tatis at third?
He's not going on the trading block. Machado's going to leave by the end of the next season.
Machado's not going anywhere.
Yeah, he will.
They're going to sign Machado, and they're going to sign...
He's going to opt out of his contract.
They're going to sign Machado and Soto. Watch.
All right.
And Tatis, they're done with Tatis. They're done.
I don't think so.
They blame him for them not making the World Series last year.
Well, I mean, then move him to third, put Bogaerts at short, and you know, then you have Juan Soto and adios Manny Machado. Machado's the older guy. He's the guy that, you know, of anybody.
Machado just needs to go back to Baltimore and just have fun.
Yeah, I mean,
Trey Mancini hasn't signed with anybody yet, and there's been a lot of talk that the Cubs are high on Mancini.
Oh, yeah.
That would be a great pickup.
Mancini wouldn't mind being a Cub himself. He also said he's like,
valuable.
Chicago would be nice.
And it'd be a value get.
Yeah, absolutely.
That would be, I think that'd be a solid get.
He helps up your team. He gives you a motor that can get out there and hit balls.
Gives you some power, too, in the middle.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Cubs have a lot of options. They said, Hoyer said, we're not done yet. There's a lot more we're looking at. They want to add more to this team. So hopefully they can get some more deals done because this team's not that far off, but it's going to take, I think, a couple years of retooling, refining, and obviously some drop-off from Milwaukee because I think Corbin Burns or Woodruff are going to be gone by that point. One of those two will be.
The reason that Mancini hasn't signed with anybody is because he's been a little busy.
Yeah.
He was down in Mexico getting married, Aruba.
Yes, yeah.
Getting married. You know how I know that? Michael Jackson was the officiant of that wedding, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that was, I mean, that's why he's not signed with anybody. I'm sure he would have signed already, but he had.
Enjoy your honeymoon.
He had personal plans, man.
Yeah.
I get it. No, I get it. But Trey, I'm not going to lie. Cubs probably be your best spot to get in.
Yeah. There's other teams that could certainly use his service too, but I mean, of the ones that
he's right-handed, correct?
I believe so.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
I would say the only other place that I would want to go is if I was left-handed, be a backup to Rizzo in Yankeeville.
Yes, he is right-handed. So
I mean, that porch does nothing for him.
Yeah. So I mean, and
by the way, Rizzo will have another 30 home runs this year, just by bunting.
Just by bunting. So how much is then Judge gonna get?
If Judge turns into a switch hitter, could you imagine the numbers Judge could put up if he was left-handed in that freaking place?
Oh, he'd probably break Barry Bonds' record. Fair to say, TJ, he would break Barry Bonds' record. hitting left-handed.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, that
On
short
that porch?
Yeah, that short porch, he would be unstoppable because his fly balls would be they'd be in the second balcony there.
Judge popped it up. Nope, that one's gone too.
Yep. He's on steroids. No, it's just Yankees cheat. Which is not cheating, by the way.
Jet Street.
It's just, yeah. Although somebody's moving in their field too, right? The Mets, I think, they're changing their field up, right? They're changing up right field, I think it is, if I'm not mistaken. I think they're moving in their field.
I believe they are moving, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure if they're going to spend all the money on those guys.
Wonder why they're doing that.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember.
Correa, left-handed bat.
And speaking of Correa,
they've got a lot of left-handed bats.
Yes, they do. They do. And that would make a lot of sense. But yes, Correa, folks. Speaking of which.
What the actual F?
Yes, Carlos Correa, no longer going to be with the Giants. Decided to skip on them. Signed an 11-year, $315 million deal with the Mets. From what we understand, the deal was not signed with the Giants. They were going through medical. Apparently, the Giants found something with his medical. Delayed.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
We all know how the Mets love their cocaine players.
Allegedly. The Giants delayed making the announcement to sign with him. And I don't know what exactly happened. I don't have all the deep information on that, but obviously.
See, that's the thing that we all want to know. What did the Giants find that the Mets were like, nah, he's good?
I haven't seen it. TJ, have you found anything about that at all? I'm in the dark on this myself. I've looked all over the place. I can't find one thing.
No,
Maybe
they can't release it because of HIPAA restrictions. Because he cannot do it.
That's right.
They
HIPAA
found something
Act.
they didn't like, and they cannot release any medical records. But basically, the Mets said, we don't give a crap. We'll just do whatever we can, whatever we want to do.
It's an arterial dissection. He's got a widowmaker. He's still good.
Yeah, so good. No problem. And then there's also there was word that the Giants may try and sign Conforto, but he's also a Boras client, and they're afraid that they're going to be something else that's going to be there, and they come out and the Giants say, oh well, we have we're going to bring in Conforto, and oh well, there's another medical issue, and that medical issue is probably another, $2 million or an extra year.
Right. Yeah.
That's just not fool anyone.
Well, yeah. I always forget Conforto's out there. He sat out last year because of his arm. He had an arm injury. So, and well, that's what they say. I do think it's about Boras wanting to try and get the man.
Listen,
obviously, big money paid.
We can sit here and say whatever we want. Scott Boras has the biggest grapefruits in all of baseball.
Oh no, absolutely.
Absolutely biggest grapefruits in all of baseball.
That dude knows how to negotiate a contract in MLB better than anybody else.
Hey Scott, if you want to be our agent,
yeah,
I mean,
by all means. Is it like over $2 billion in money in total contract money and revenue and everything that he's got for baseball contracts? And he gets like 2% of that.
That's just his baseball, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that's just baseball because he does other sports.
NFL, he is huge.
Between him and what's his name, Rich Paul, LeBron's dude, those guys are wrapped in money, man. And and props to them both, by the way. I give a lot of crap to Boras because of how he plays these money tricks. But listen, he's the agent. This is what he's supposed to do. Cubs fans, I know, don't like it because of the Bryant thing, but he's doing what he's got to do for his player.
Let me just say this. The man is making more money and not getting damage to his body whatsoever.
Yeah.
He is the genius of them all.
Yeah. I take low interest rates, only 2%, but I get you big money. Yeah, 2% of $400 million. You do the math, folks, because I can't math right now.
You can't math?
I can't math right now. But
it's around
honestly, Michael Conforto, there's another guy that if I was the White Sox, I would be giving him a call. I know the guy's been hurt before. I understand that he's going to be worth a lot of money. But again, there's another guy that last year you could have called and said, let's get you on the team. We know you're not ready, but let's get you on the team.
I'm going to be real with you. When it comes to the White Sox, I think they're very happy with the talent that they have on the team.
Yeah.
And I think they're kind of going last year was a one-off.
Sure, yeah.
horrible.
We got the manager out.
Horrible environment.
Right.
I mean, you saw the difference between the team the year before and last year.
Yeah.
They announced Tim Anderson as an all-star. The year before, they're all dumping stuff all over him. Last year, they're silently clapping.
Yeah.
They're golf clapping in the clubhouse.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the blue hell?
Yeah. No, it was chaotic last year without even that without the noise, basically.
Oh yeah.
You sensed the tension in the locker room, and it was just building and building and building. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So listen, for the Correa situation though, obviously I will say this, and then I'll bring it to you, David. If they don't win the division with this, and they don't at least make it to the championship series with this, I will have to put this down as one of the biggest botches of built talent in Major League Baseball history. So, David, for you,
all right, come in close.
Say
here.
your piece for the.
Come in here.
We don't have that Zoom quality.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, if I'm a baseball player, the last place I want to be playing this year is in that NL East.
Yeah.
Because you've got New York, who went out and they've got a 1-2 punch now that ranks right up there with anybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Older 1-2 punch.
Right.
But, who cares? You got Atlanta with their young arms and the talent that they still have on that team.
Yep.
And then you have Philly, who goes out and just goes, hey, Trey, you want to come and play with Bryce Harper again? Sure.
You want to hang out with your buddy? Yeah, I want to hang out with my buddy.
You want to hang out? Yeah, sure. Okay. Fine. And they probably have, I mean, their starting rotation is solid. If they can get their arm barn all good, we'll be set.
Yes, if they can get their arm barn in order, that
You like that?
that was good. That's for you, Brandon. If you're watching out there, man, that's for you, buddy.
I figured.
But yeah, no, that division now has just become insane, and there's so much talent now there. But this is almost to the level of saying, yeah, you're buying a championship, and if that's the case, then all right, you better pony up. Like, this is one of those things that we look at, like with the Padres, right? You don't win a championship, what was it all for? It looks nice. The Ferrari always looks nice when it's sitting in the driveway, but once you get it out on the road, you start hitting the bumps and the rocks and everything, yeah, you might find out that car's not as great as it used to be.
I'll be honest with you. I think the Phillies are the best mix of homegrown talent.
Oh, no, they did the Cubs
plus
thing.
Going out and getting what they need to get.
They did what the Cubs and the Astros did, which is build up talent through the draft, develop it, get a couple of big stars with the big signings, and Bob is your uncle. We got a team now that's going to be able to compete in the playoffs. And I honestly think it's going to be a three-way run, probably going to be to the last 30 games of the season.
They'll probably all three make the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
And that's going to be the crazy thing about it.
Yeah.
Unless the Padres decide that they want to play baseball this year.
Yeah. Which they may need
and
more.
You've got, what, probably, I want to say 60 more games without Tatis?
Yes, I believe so.
Somewhere between 40 and 60.
Yeah, they still have a ways to go before he gets back. So, and obviously,
that's even if they, once again, that's even if they want him back.
Yeah. Which I know that they're mad at him, but the talent he has is part of the problem. Is that you don't want to miss on that talent.
You telling me that if the White Sox decided to trade for him and they didn't give up?
Oh no, I give my arm and my leg and some other parts of my body for him to come back.
Put Tim Anderson at second.
I'll give him
Tatis at short.
I will fish Shields out of the retirement home that he is sitting in right now, icing his arm, probably being like, "You're gonna call me, right?" And I will put his ass on a plane to San Diego and go, "Stay here, Tatis, come,
sit, Ubu, sit."
Yes, I will do that personally.
Oh, I got a little breaking news for you.
Do you?
Cubs signed Tucker Barnhart.
Okay.
2 years, $6.5 million.
Adding a little bit more firepower to them. All right, I like that. I like that a lot. I figured they're not going to be done.
Which is interesting because now that gives them a veteran catcher.
Yeah.
To get this, and I've said this, for 2 years now?
Mm-hmm.
Cubs, you don't have to worry about the catcher position. You've got a lot of really great talented catcher.
Oh, yeah.
In that farm system. And now this gives you the ability to maybe bring one or two of those guys up.
Yeah.
And have them learn not just from Tucker Barnhart, but from Rossi too.
Yeah.
And Rossi can teach them the correct way to be a catcher.
Yeah, absolutely. Or this could be their chance to even say, look, we've got all these catchers. Do we need all of them? Could we possibly put them in a trade and see what we can get? Yeah, they could get another pitcher out of this. They could potentially get another arm. It's gonna take all those catchers plus some.
Here's the thing. The reason I cheer for Shohei coming to Chicago, whether it be with the White Sox or the Cubs, is the fact that I know he's not going to Philly.
Right.
There is no desire for.
Although, no offense to Philly, it is still considered a top 5 market. Philly's still a top 5 market.
Top 5 market, but the Asian community is not so prevalent in Philadelphia. So that would be why he wants to be somewhere where he feels comfortable.
Absolutely. And New York, LA, and Chicago can give you all of those things.
Yeah.
And LA means Los Angeles, not Los Angeles in Anaheim. Don't make that stupid joke. You know who you are.
San Francisco.
San Francisco's another one.
I mean, that's not a huge market, but
it's up there.
Boy, would he bring the crowd in
absolutely.
for that. And those are some passionate fans. I will say one thing about Giants fans. They are darn passionate.
They get behind their team every time. And look, it shows. That team does well every year.
Hey, they were chanting Mr. Irrelevant's name for 2 games straight. That's a passionate fan base.
San Fran knows how to cheer on their team, except for the Golden State Warriors, because they suck.
Poor Steph.
Steph, it ain't on you, man. It's the rest of these dudes that they decide to pay that just are like, yeah, I got the money already, so what's up? Like, play basketball, dude. All right.
You got 3 championships. What more do you want?
No, Jordan, you got 1 championship. You need to get a few more, man. Come on, let's go. All right. Aside from that, though, there's still a lot more baseball that's going to go on. I mean, opening day. God, we're like less than 100 days away, right, TJ, from opening day?
We're
correct? Yeah.
Less than 100 from that, and probably a month away from catchers and pitchers reporting.
Yeah. We're very. God, baseball comes at you quick, folks. And I'm really excited to see the baseball season, see what happens. These rule changes are going to make things a lot more interesting, and we're going to dive deeper into that.
I think it's going to make the game a lot more fun.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Oh, well, it'll make it fun for those of us that want to see it progress. To those that are the old fogies that don't want to see things change, or I'm sure many of the players, but we'll dive deeper into that.
But see, the shift is bringing it back to the old school.
Yeah, absolutely.
So why?
Trust me, man, there's some people you can't please, and I think they just want to argue for the sake of argue. So
I know one of them.
yeah. That's true. I know a couple myself.
I may know 2 of them, and I work at the same radio station as them.
No names?
No names.
No names. All right.
You know who you are.
You know who you are. All right, folks. Well, that's going to do it for baseball here. We're going to follow more with that as the season comes closer. When we come back here real quick from a commercial break, we're going to be talking more here about college football. It's what me and David know the best. It's the best of the college football rest. We're talking it here for the Bowl-Mania, folks, that's coming up next here on the X-Bomb Sports Live Show. welcome back, everybody. Here to the X-Bomb Sports Live Show. I'm still Andrew Valentin. I'm still here with my man, David Dykstra. And David and I are about to talk something that we love oh so much. And it's such a sad shame that it's now coming to an end. Well, this part of it's coming to an end. The games are coming to an end. But it's college football, folks. It's college football, and we're talking about the Bowl-Mania.
Before we do that, though, Andrew, I have to give a little shout out. Because you know what? On Saturday,
despite the fact that he led his high school to 4 straight, very few high major recruiters looked at the 6-foot-tall, 180-pounder and said, quarterback.
that's right. Trace McSorley, first NFL start, baby. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say it right now. They beat the Tampa Bay Bucks. Am I going to sit here and say he's going to have one of those games where everybody's like, oh, where's this guy been his entire career?
Come here.
No.
Come here. Come here. Me in the eyes. You did this to me. That just happened. That's on you. That's all on you.
For
200 plus videos sent through email. Are you crazy? What is wrong with you guys? Thank you to those who sent Jahan Dotson's for a little bit of a break. I appreciate it. David, I'm sure appreciates it. Enough. I know Trace McSorley's starting. Stop. I got 3 more emails while I was sitting here, and I know they're links to the video. Enough.
Hey, I'm just going to, listen. You gotta. We're the biggest Trace McSorley supporters out there.
That's very true. We have to get his jerseys like Dustin and JC got.
Am I gonna Am I gonna sit here and say he's gonna blow the world away? But no, he fits that system better than Colt McCoy does. So he can do some of the things that Kyler Murray does. Maybe not to the nth degree that Kyler Murray does, but he can scramble. And here's the most important fact: he's a freaking bulldog.
Yeah.
Trace McSorley's a bulldog. He's going to give you every ounce that he can to win that game.
Yeah.
And I think that goes a long way against a team like Tampa Bay, who looks completely defeated.
Yeah. No, for those that are saying that obviously last game he did not look well. Well, he came in the second half and had to try and do something. Like, of course, you're not going to do great when you haven't been preparing with the game plan for the first team. Now he's getting first team snaps. He's been preparing with them. I don't know how he's going to do, but I'll say I think he can at least do decent enough to kind of be like, probably on the same level as guys like Minshew and Heineke. Just enough to maybe get the win. I mean, Tampa, the biggest thing is that Tampa right now is reeling. They are.
Minshew's going to ball out this week. Dallas's defense has looked horrid the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, Dallas is hitting the skids at all the wrong moments. Trayvon Diggs disappearing, Micah Parsons, no factor. DeMarcus Lawrence is lost. I mean,
I'll be honest with you, like, Minshew, passing-wise, I think is still better than Jalen Hurts.
He doesn't have to do a lot. He didn't. I don't know if he's better than. I would say they're maybe on the same playing field.
He knows that system better.
Well, he's a natural drop-back quarterback. You know, Jalen Hurts is more of a scrambling, throw-on-the-run kind of guy. So, but I think no matter what, he's been in that system now for 2 years, 2 or 3 years. So
Minshew's been in that system since college.
Yeah. So I would say that he's in prime position to have success. Good luck to Trace McSorley. Just stop with the videos.
Anybody who wants to know, that song can be downloaded on Spotify and put onto your playlist.
Yes. Just play it for yourself. Stop sending it to me.
Hey, I played it all day yesterday.
Thank you, TJ, for putting up the email. You have great comedic timing as always. All right, let's get to the bowl games, folks.
Let's do this, man, because I've got some that'll probably surprise you.
Absolutely. We're not doing all the bowl games this one. We don't have that kind of time.
We got all the time in the world.
We got all the time in the world, but I want to just focus on some of the big boy bowl games we got
Let me bring up, oh, by the way, I got molly-whopped last night. I did not. Well, first off, I probably would have picked Western Kentucky
if you knew Austin Reed was going to play.
Austin Reed had said, you know what? I dipped my toe in the portal, didn't like what I felt, so I came back. which is a crying shame because I wanted to see what he could have done in a Power 5 school.
It still could happen.
He
could happen.
could still decide. Yeah.
He could still make a decision. But
I'm in the 93rd percentile, ladies and gentlemen.
There you go.
I'm sitting at 9-4.
It's good.
So I'm going to go off of my list of the ones that I picked.
Okay.
So, just so everybody knows, I have Air Force winning over Baylor tonight. They're supposed to be 40 mile an hour winds, and it's
Yes.
supposed to be 11 degrees.
Yeah.
40 mile an hour winds. Wonder what's going to happen. Oh, wait. Air Force doesn't throw the ball anyways. What's it matter? And how are you going to be an Armed Forces Academy and not win the Armed Forces Bowl?
Yeah, that's just a little, like, you can't do that. You can't go home and be happy with yourself for sure. But, no, I agree. I think Air Force is going to win that for sure. All right. Let's do this, folks. It is time. Bowl-Mania. Here we go. So, first up, we've got number 6 Tennessee taking on Clemson in the Orange Bowl. Clemson favored by a full 6 points. The over-under's at 63.5. David, who are you taking with this first one, man?
Honestly, I have to take Clemson. Tennessee, yeah. Milton's there.
Mm-hmm.
He's got NFL talent in his arm, but it's the accuracy where things go
He's a gunner.
sideways.
Yeah, he's a gunner. He just throws it.
So, and everything that I've seen out of that freshman quarterback from Clemson, me likey a lot. So I think that the offense seems to click with him running and not skipping beats.
Yeah.
That they were with Uyunglele behind center. So I'm leaning Clemson, and I might say they cover. The big play though would probably be I'd play the over.
Okay.
Clemson's DBs are awful.
Yeah, they've not
That
been
front
good all year.
seven's nasty, but if you can protect Milton for any kind of time to where his wide receivers, and he has two really talented wide receivers.
Yeah.
If you can protect him long enough that those guys get open, it could be 40, 45, 38 kind of game.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be a shootout between these two for sure. I'm going to go with Clemson on it as well. They're just more stacked. I would say I think Clemson by 10. I feel like Clemson can go by 10.
Yeah.
There's more talent on that team, unfortunately, and nobody said that they're not playing in that bowl game yet. So until something like that comes out where Miles Murphy or Brian Parisi are like, yeah, we're not playing.
I don't think that they've got something to prove. They feel like
they feel like they got
season-
slighted a little bit.
Yeah, I think they feel their season was a little underwhelming for their standards, and they want to go out and prove that Clemson still is one of those dominant teams.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, and good luck to DJ. Thanks a lot, buddy.
Where'd you say TCU?
Well, now he's being crystal balled to Hawaii, so I don't know where he's going to go now. That's by 24/7 Sports.
The
so
rebirth of the Rainbow Warriors.
that would be a big get for them for sure.
With Timmy Chang there
Yeah.
as his head coach?
You're going to break all my records.
Oh, he'll be slinging it all over the place. Hawaii upsets Michigan next year. That'd be fantastic.
That'd be something. Yeah, I'll take Clemson on it. I think it may hit the under, though. I got a funny feeling that pass rush is going to be enough to get to
And it very well.
Tennessee's offensive line is good, but they lost Trey Smith. They lost a lot of guys
It
last
very
year.
well could be that front seven gets to him. But if they don't, those two wide receivers, Tillman and Hyatt.
Yes.
Wow. Look at that.
Are two of the best in the nation.
Are good enough to get open with time.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And the DBs, trust me when I tell you this, the DBs for Clemson are horrible.
Yeah, they are unfortunately not that good. But although they're projected to possibly get better by next year, so we'll see. All right, the next game we've got coming up, that's right, Alabama at Kansas State, folks. Number 5 Alabama against number 9 Kansas State. This one is going to be at the Sugar Bowl. Right now, Bama is almost a full touchdown at 6.5 points. Favorite. The over-under is at 56. David, who are you taking with this one?
This is Double D's lock. Upset. I've got Kansas State.
Okay.
Don't ask me why. No, I'll tell you why.
Call it a hunch.
I'll tell you why. Alabama has been beaten up this year in that front seven and kind of pushed around on that front seven. And what does Kansas State like to do? Punch you in the mouth a lot until you break. And I'm going to guarantee you there's going to be some Adrian Martinez special plays in there. And I really like is Ford, right? Is the quarterback for Kansas State now?
Howard. Yes,
Howard. Sorry.
Will Howard.
Will Howard.
Yes.
I knew it was two first names.
Yes.
But Will Howard, I think, is a phenomenal prospect.
No, he's your prototypical quarterback, by the way. He is a Pennsylvania man as well, if you don't know
How
that.
did he end up in Kansas State?
Yeah, Downingtown, Pennsylvania, for those that may be familiar. 6'5", 235, can throw a ball like 65 yards.
Yeah,
very
he's good.
easy.
He's good.
He's your prototypical quarterback, and I think everything Kansas State has been looking for. By the way, we've been comparing Adrian Martinez to Colin Klein all this time. Well, guess who's the offensive coordinator for Kansas State, believe it or not? And I didn't even know that until I'm like, who is the guy running the offense? Oh, it just happens to be the quarterback that finished third in the Heisman Trophy all those years ago against Johnny Manziel and, other guys. But we won't mention them.
Other
But
guys.
honestly, I'm you didn't even, I'm sorry. I cut you off so soon. I was so anxious to talk about him. Apologies.
Kansas. I've got Kansas State on the money line.
Okay.
That I always typically pick one a year.
Yeah.
That people go, really? And I was like, it's just a gut feeling. Sometimes they hit, sometimes they don't. Like, I wish I would have played Eastern Illinois last night against Iowa. Damn it. That would have been fantastic.
Well, who saw that coming?
Plus 8,000.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Who saw that coming? Well, who saw, Arizona State taking a trip to the bathroom against University of San Francisco? That was a blowout, by the way.
I will say I would lean under.
Okay.
Two pretty good defenses.
Yeah.
My whole question is, I get that Bryce and Will Anderson Jr. are playing in this game, but what's their motivation? Why are you motivated to play in this game?
I mean, I get Bryce's way because he's competing with the two other quarterbacks at this point to say, I think, who goes as the top
Everything
quarterback.
I've seen is Bryce.
Yeah.
So,
well, Will Anderson Jr. at this point is the top prospect on most people's lists.
oh yeah, he's number one.
He is the number one player in the
If
country.
he was a
by
quarterback,
far.
he'd be going number one.
Yeah, exactly. So, and who knows? Maybe try and see if he can throw the football, Houston, if you take him. So, I'm just saying he can't do worse than Davis Mills or Kyle Allen.
I don't know. They had Deshaun Watson for a while. Chocolate starfish. I haven't done it in a while, so.
It's been a hot minute.
Wrong show.
TJ's
Wrong-
mad. You
wrong show.
son of a.
Sorry, TJ. I did have it queued there. I deleted him. I apologize. That's on me.
How dare you?
I know. I think I'm still gonna go with Bama on this.
Which is the smart play.
I think
I'm gonna be real with you.
Yeah.
The moment I heard Bryce Young and Will Anderson Jr. were gonna play, I was like, ooh.
Yeah, they do make.
I don't like Kansas City as much now, but I'm still Kansas State as much now, but I'm a ride or die with Kansas State.
Yeah, and but even still, I'll say Kansas State can still cover. I'll say Alabama by like 3, and I'll say it just hits the over. Like it won't 57. Like it'll hit 57 or like 58. It won't go too.
That means both teams got to.
I like Will Howard. I think he's got enough to stretch the field for them and
one of
open up
them's
the
gonna
run
have to be
game.
over 30 points.
I think Deuce Vaughn in this game can come alive.
Deuce Vaughn's gonna be a stud.
He's a bowling ball, dude. He's perfect for the NFL.
And he's gonna end up.
This could be
with the Philadelphia Eagles, ladies and gentlemen.
This could be that'd be something.
We got Deuce Staley back.
But this could be like a running back versus running back game because both teams can shut it down passing wise. Obviously, we know what Bryce Young can do, but this could be the one where it's like, well, we're going to slow down the game for you. We're going to slow down the game for you. It's going to be that whole thing.
Gibbs versus Deuce.
Yeah.
That could be interesting.
It'd be a sight to see for sure. All right. Next on our list.
The No One Gives a Poo Bowl.
Hey, man, they're winning teams. They're winning teams. It's Iowa versus Kentucky. And
Wait, have you seen Kentucky's roster?
Yeah, I know. It's Iowa versus Kentucky in the Music City Bowl. I don't know. Windy City came out of nowhere.
Why Chicago doesn't have a bowl game? Every other cold weather place has a bowl game.
That's true.
They had one up in Idaho the other day.
Well, I mean, if they had a bowl game right now, it'd be covered with.
Amazing.
Yeah, it'd be covered. And I don't know if the Park District wants to do all that. Shut up and do your job. So Iowa's favored by 2.5. The over-unders.
Yeah.
This is probably the lowest under I have ever seen in a bowl game
for my life. Do you see the under on this, TJ?
31.
Yeah. I don't know if I can't go over.
It hasn't been
my better's heart just can't go under on a 31.
It can't have ever been this low in a bowl game since like the 40s or the 50s. There's no way.
17-10 still doesn't do it.
No.
Okay.
No, it's not enough. It's not enough.
Wow.
And we've seen what Iowa
20-10 doesn't even do it.
No.
And that Kentucky defense is real deal.
Yeah.
And so is the Iowa defense. And you got who's quarterbacking for Kentucky since Levis is going to
I will have to look that up real quick.
And
Levis is not playing.
That kid's got to be mad at the world. He's like, I get to start next year.
Yeah.
Hi, my name's Leary. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, so if you guys don't know, Devin Leary, former NC State, if he would have played this year, probably would have been one of those guys talked about for first round. He's transferring now to Kentucky because, from what I understand, he saw what Levis did at Kentucky and is like, yeah, that could work for me.
I want some of that.
Yeah, some SEC action would be nice. So they've got Deuce Hogan. They've got Kaya Sharon. They've got Dustin Wade. And that's it.
I don't know who. Was it Hogan?
I might have been Hogan.
I think it was Hogan that came in.
Because the other two guys are freshmen. So
yeah, I think it was Hogan that came in.
And Hogan's 6'4", 205. So
I haven't seen enough of Hogan to be able to go, he'll be a durable replacement.
To put this in perspective, he went to South Lake Carroll. Okay? It's the same school that Quinn Ewers went to. So he went to South Lake Carroll.
He's got a slinger in him.
He's got a good arm. He's got good size and everything. So
once again, I'm sorry, Hogan, that the transfer portal has screwed you once again.
Yes, yeah. This is a tough one for sure. But 2.5. I mean, 31. David, who are you picking with this one, man?
I am taking Kentucky.
Okay.
I think Kentucky's run game, even with Rodriguez not being in the game, is still better than anything that Iowa can bring to the table.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm going to end up taking the under on this game, and it's going to kill me. This could be like a 2-hour football game, 2.5-hour football game. I'm not even lying.
Mm-hmm.
They're just going to run the ball. Yeah, Kentucky, and I'll go under.
Okay. All right. I'm going to take Iowa.
Yeah, it hurts you to do it, doesn't it?
Here's the thing.
You want to say under so bad, but that number is so low that you're like.
And here's the other thing. I want to go. I'm gonna go crazy on it. Screw it. I'm gonna go crazy on it. I'm gonna say Iowa by a touchdown.
Really?
I'm gonna say Iowa. I know that sounds crazy. It's just like one of those things where it's like an interception's gonna come, a forced fumble. The defense, I feel like, for Iowa has to score for them to win.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And Jack Campbell may be the best inside linebacker in the country. Like, I'm not 6'4", 240. The guy is Brian Urlacher 2.0, and he's right there in Des Moines. Right there in Des Moines. Right there.
Are you talking to the Bears, or
Yes.
you take him? I love.
Look, Sanborn can work outside,
I love.
inside, outside. Just saying. They run the 4-3 in Iowa. I'm just saying. Right there. Just call. Check him out. Make sure his knee's okay.
I don't think he lasts to the second round, though.
He may go higher. He really may go higher. Go to the Steelers. Screw it. Be the new. Somebody perked up.
I mean, Atlanta wouldn't be bad either.
Yeah, I mean, Atlanta would be pretty good. It's a little high for him, but
they got a
high second round
they
pick.
got a high second round.
Yeah.
So I mean,
And they need some middle linebacker help.
They did get rid of Devin Jones.
Deion
Jones.
Yeah.
That's how much he meant to me. I was super excited when he got drafted. I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing.
He had some good moments.
Yeah, if he could ever stay on the field.
Well, that too. Yeah, I'm going to go with the under on this. Hey, I think it's going to be a crazy game in this one. I wacky as possible. Let's go. Hit the under, and Iowa wins off like a defensive touchdown or something. I don't know.
I guarantee the under is juiced so hard.
Oh, yeah. Oh, 31? Are you kidding me? Jeez. Who would have thought Iowa would even make it this far? From the way they started? Who knew? Who knew? All right. Next, we've got Mississippi State at Illinois. Yes. Mississippi State at Illinois. Obviously, we know with Mississippi State,
they're playing with a purpose.
They're playing with a purpose. They're 22nd in the country, by the way. Number 22, Mississippi State. So they have a rep. They got themselves in the rankings. This is in the ReliaQuest Bowl, if I'm getting that right. ReliaQuest Bowl, I think it is.
ReliaQuest.
ReliaQuest. Thank you. Taking on Illinois. Illinois is favored by a point in this thing. The over-unders.
It's a coin flip. Yeah, for sure.
Over-unders at 46. So, David, who are you taking with this one?
Here's whether they had the issues that came up in RIP Mike Leach, the greatest soundbite ever in college football.
Oh, yeah.
By far. And I think to honor Mike Leach, next year, this should go to 64 teams.
Why not? Man said so.
Hey. But I am taking Illinois because Mississippi State plays right into the strength of the Illini defense.
Yeah.
And Mississippi State can't stop the run.
Mm-hmm.
Those two factors, I think Illinois wins. Honestly, I think they cover easily.
Yeah.
That'd be an interesting push. They win with a game-winning field goal to do it by 1.
I could see that happening.
I very easily could see it happening. But that being said, no, I've got Illinois winning this game because of the factors that I've put out there. You've got probably two of the better secondary guys in college football, let alone the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Man, the Big Ten secondaries are stacked.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow, you think about that. But you're playing right into the heart and soul of that defense. And yeah, like I said, Mississippi State's had issues with stopping the run all year, and you probably got top 10 running back in Chase Brown.
In the country or in the Big Ten?
Country. I'd go country.
Yeah, top 10, top 15. There's not a lot of guys that I think really challenge him in terms of yards per carry and his effectiveness on the goal line, and
he's
20 in the red.
He's so durable. Yeah. And the fact, let's just put this out there. And the fact DeVito wants to go out a winner.
Yeah, absolutely.
DeVito has something to play for. He wants to show a little something.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. And that team, obviously, they want to show that they're capable because, obviously, look, last year, not a laughing stock, but a lot of people were like, how much stock do you really put into Illinois? This year, they came off the ground. They took off like a rocket. Now, they came down to earth a little bit more, but they finished in a really good spot. So, I think, though, I'm still going to take Mississippi State. it's just because Will Rogers can just take you over the top. And he's ridiculously good. And I think that little bit of energy look, Mike Leach, all the love and respect to that man, but he knew how to put together an offense, and he always just said, you, with the arm, throw it and score points. Like, he could care less about defense. Don't ask him anything about a zone coverage. Don't ask him anything about a blitz package. That's one of my favorite things he ever said early in his career when I first joined Texas Tech was, I don't want to hear about a zone, a blitz. How about just effing throw the ball down the field and let's score a touchdown and let's do it like 30, 40 more times. Perfect Mike Leach. I don't think that's going to happen here, but I'll say Mississippi State by, I'd give them 4. I'd say they could win this thing by 4. Illinois will keep it tight. The defense is good enough they can keep it close. But I think I think both teams can score some points in this game. This could get very interesting. But I'll take Mississippi State, and I'll take the over on it. I think there should be some big scoring in this one. I think this is the perfect time, too, for Illinois to say, hey, we can hang with the SEC as well. Not the big boys, obviously, but, Mississippi State's a good place to start.
23 points apiece.
I think it's possible. If we're saying Chase Brown can run through this defense the way we think he can, he could probably get 2 or 3 scores.
Chase might put up a bowl record.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. Rushing record in that bowl could happen.
Yeah. By the way, shout out to Frank Gore Jr. You did Pops proud. You did Pops real good.
Why that kid's not in the transfer portal?
Oh, I think he wants to make it from Southern Miss. That
was beastly.
That was good.
And then to tell his auntie, auntie, back off.
Auntie, chill. Calm down. I'd be cheering for you too, man. Trust me. I hope you make it, man.
You just made us millions.
Yeah, I hope you make it, man. I do.
Well, he's getting paid. Brett Favre's probably paying him. I mean, what I had meant to say was,
you going to jail, man. Not Frank
allegedly.
Jr.
Allegedly.
Nah, he going to jail. All right, next on our list, we got the Tulane Green Wave. Number 16, they're taking on the number 10 USC Trojans. This is taking place in the Cotton Bowl Classic, folks. Yeah, it's going to be in Austin. So USC, though, only favored by 2.5 in this game. And the over-under's at 63.
I don't think Addison's playing.
Addison is not playing. He's nursing an injury, so he's out. But
they're so deep.
So, David, who are you taking with this one?
Everything in my heart wants me to take Tulane.
Another upset?
Wants me to take Tulane so bad, but I just can't. My only worry is, what's the motivation for USC?
Yeah, well, I would say...
Is this a letdown for them because they were this close to being in the college football playoff? Yeah. I mean, even Caleb Williams said it when he was getting the Heisman. Right. I may be winning the Heisman, but y'all are going to the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this can be like yes, it's Tulane. But Tulane had a good season. If you can put some points on this defense, because we know this defense has been pretty stout.
I'm telling you right now, it's going to go one of two ways. Either Tulane's going to shock the world and pull this upset off, or they're going to get absolutely mollywopped. There's no in between.
Yeah.
There's no in between.
Yeah. This could be a very difficult matchup, but obviously it's a very David versus Goliath.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and that's what we live for.
Absolutely.
It's Oklahoma versus Boise State.
Yeah. This is that kind of thing
where if Tulane wins, they become like the next Boise State to kind of be that program that's there every year.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, they're getting everything that goes through Louisiana right now that doesn't go to LSU and those other schools is now funneling into Tulane because guess where they play, folks? They play in the Superdome in New Orleans.
You saying they don't go to Louisiana, Raging Cajuns?
Not since Napier left. Napier.
I still got Louisiana winning that game. I could not bet again. Tell me I'm wrong. For some reason, whenever the Raging Cajuns make it into a bowl game,
Yeah.
they show up and play.
Yeah.
And play really well. So
they want to shock the world.
I can't go against them in the bowl that they're playing.
Yeah. Well, I'm in the same boat. I'm with you on USC.
Just too much talent.
Yeah, just too much. I'm going to say USC by a full touchdown, but I do think this could yeah.
63, the over.
I'll say it just hits the under. Like, Tulane will find a way to put up some points, maybe later in the game. Caleb Williams looks like that next real deal quarterback. That guy's going to be first-round pick next year, and then Drake May will be the first-round pick after that year.
No, I wouldn't go that far. You're forgetting about somebody.
Yes, of course. Well, he's got time. He's got time to marinate. You know, he's got time
He's
to...
going to come out the same time Drake does.
Yeah, pretty much.
There's a quarterback class. Jesus. Wow.
Pick one.
Oh.
I'd say Drake May's still the favorite to this
really?
point.
I think
he's got a lot of that must-see talent.
As soon as the college football championship is over,
Yeah.
I'm putting in a ticket on Texas to win the national title.
Look, I'm going to tell you right now that this recruiting class that just hit this year, Arch, Nico, Malachi, even Dante, that may be the quarterback class that everyone's like, I can get my franchise, I can get my franchise, I can get my franchise.
And here's the crazy part, ladies and gentlemen. Guess what Arch is doing next year? Redshirting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the family wants him to.
Yeah. So we get one more year of Hewers, and he'll go and almost win the national championship and be a top pick, which he has every possibility to.
I honestly think he's going to win. They're going to win the national title next year.
They're loaded right now.
I really do, because even though Bijan's leaving, they brought in a stud freshman this year.
Yeah, and they still have Roscoe Johnson.
Yeah.
Who's a former quarterback playing running back. So guess what they can do a lot of? Pitch it, throw it, touchdown.
Oh, Worthy.
And Xavier Worthy's coming back.
Yeah, Worthy just be sitting out there all alone. Hey, there you go.
Yeah, exactly. It's the San Francisco 49ers, but
And
with a
I
little
think
bit more
he might
action.
be one of the best wide receivers in the country next year.
I believe that 100%. I'll say USC by a touchdown, and I'll say just hitting the under, just like 62.
But I will agree with you. I actually texted Andrew when the Pac-12 championship was going on and going, damn, he is good.
He is good, man. He's so, dare I say, there's Patrick Mahomes-ness in the in that body.
Oh, absolutely.
Good
Bigger,
God.
too. Bigger.
Yeah, that's what's crazy.
A bigger version of Patrick Mahomes, that's scary.
That's and faster, dare I say it even. By a small margin.
Okay.
He's got some quick feet.
Okay.
You don't escape like that and score those rushing touchdowns if
This
you're
is
not
true.
faster.
It's true.
Just say. All right, next we've got
Ooh.
number 17, LSU against the Purdue Boilermakers. Now,
It's another one of those games where I was like, I kind of want to take Purdue.
yeah. Now, Purdue, obviously, losing their head coach, Jeff Brom, going to his alma mater of Louisville.
But their new head coach is already there.
Yes, Walters, defensive coordinator for Illinois. By the way, bringing in Graham Harrell to be his offensive coordinator. So get ready for the wide open air raid offense in the Big Ten, which is something we never thought we'd see. Never.
Is O'Connell got another year?
No, he's done after this year.
Are you sure?
They've got a kid, though, Brady Allen.
Oh,
That's
yeah, I know.
6'5", 220
I know.
coming
Yeah,
in.
I know.
He's the darling of Indiana. Gunnar Keel wishes he was this kid. Yeah, if you know Gunnar Keel, I'm telling you, this guy wishes.
But
Gunnar
no,
Keel wishes he was this kid.
unfortunately, I'm not unfortunately, but I'm going with LSU. I think what's it? Mesger? Months, your quarterback.
Daniels?
Is Daniels going to be good to go?
I think so.
Are you sure?
It's not a confirmed thing yet, but I think I know he wants to play.
Okay.
He's a tough SOB.
Well, if
I know he
it's
wants
Daniels,
to
if
play.
it's Daniels,
he's still
have
questionable.
I have no doubt.
Yeah.
Even without Daniels,
Nussmeier.
Nussmeier.
Yes.
Sorry, I apologize, Nussmeier. I was going Messenger. I know that wasn't right. Nussmeier.
In the wheelhouse.
Nussmeier looked good in the SEC championship.
He's a fine quarterback. Listen, against
You were talking all this junk about him, and I was like waiting for the wheels to fall off. He was throwing darts.
No, listen. In terms of his test against Purdue, he could look very good. But when you put him against the other SEC quarterbacks, even the backup SEC quarterbacks, he's on the bottom of the list. That's my thing. Like, the talent, yes, could be there, but if he were to have gone to a Group 5 team like the MAC, or
DJ
the
to
CUSA
LSU.
I've been saying that. I'm okay. DJ, Grayson, one of you two, come on in, please. Grayson, if you come in, man, I'm gonna get a poster of you. It's gonna be right here. I'm gonna have my arm around it the whole time.
That'll be a jersey right away.
That's
I will say
I haven't ordered that.
I will say this much. I will say this much.
Yeah.
Ugh. I don't know where he's gonna end. That kid from Western Kentucky, Reed,
Yeah.
should have stayed in the freaking portal. I was thoroughly. I mean, now granted, it was against a non-Power 5 school,
Right.
and I understand that, but that was a really good South Alabama defense.
No, absolutely.
Really good South Alabama
Absolutely.
defense,
And
he made them look horrible.
I mean, it's fair to also say too that quarterback. Look at all the top quarterbacks that are out there right now, right? How many of them went to not just Power 5 teams, but like prestigious Power 5 teams, right? Like a handful of them, maybe.
Somebody brought up Josh Allen. I was like, man,
Yeah,
he made Wyoming.
Josh Allen and
good.
Patrick Mahomes could be considered the 1 and 2 best quarterbacks. Wyoming and Texas Tech. Not knocking Texas Tech,
Tech's
but like
known to
you
produce quarterbacks.
He's the
so.
first guy that you would think like quarterback NFL. Everybody else that had usually come out of here, Graham Harrell being one of them. Everyone's like, yeah, backup.
Kingsbury.
You're doing a great job coaching, by the way.
You're going to have one hell of an OC job in college whenever you get fired.
Unless you want the Tech job back.
No,
Yeah.
they love McGuire.
Yeah, I know. They really like him.
Well, and they were 23rd
Yeah.
in recruiting. It's been a long time since Texas Tech's been that high.
And they're pumping out some draft picks now, so they're gonna have a lot more
Defensively
lot
too.
more look, yeah. Which is
And they
rare.
got that kid Morton. Ooh,
Yeah.
the quarterback.
He's very good. Yeah, I'm gonna take LSU too.
Yeah, I mean,
I think this
just
will be a
more-
good game though. Don't get me wrong.
I think Aiden's gonna go out there trying to prove that he can hang with the big boys. And
I would cut this down to maybe like 8 or 9. I'd say maybe they could cover.
I would take if we're talking betting, I'm taking Purdue to cover
because
for
the whole
sure.
Purdue team is playing. O'Connell's playing. Charlie Jones is playing. All their top athletes are playing.
Yeah, because they all want to show up.
Yeah, and again, I want to give a shout out to that kid, the running back for Purdue, which we got to see a little bit of. The walk-on freshman that ends up being one of the Big Ten, all Big Ten.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Congratulations to you, man. That kid is going to probably be one of the top running backs in Big Ten.
At the same time, LSU hasn't had that many people go not playing.
No.
Case on Booty gonna be there, and I think he gonna be like, watch what I can.
What the fuck? Yeah, that's right. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Go Tigers. Geaux. We know how to spell go.
I listen. I think it's LSU's game to lose.
Yes, I'll say Purdue could cover. I'll say by 8.
Purdue could cover.
LSU by 8.
It might be an over though.
I'll take the over on it.
Yeah, 66. There might be an over there.
Look, we went to the first game of the season with them with Penn State. I don't know what the line was set at or anything because internet couldn't work, so we couldn't bet.
Yeah, we were all
driving me
ready.
nuts, man.
We were all getting ready to lay in bets as we were walking in. Why isn't anything working?
Nothing worked in that stadium. God, you could conceal a nuclear bomb in that place the way the Wi-Fi was killed.
Probably is one underneath the field.
Might be. It is Indiana.
No in our government.
It is Indiana.
It's probably in that silo.
Yeah. That is a big silo that's just sitting out there. What's up, Purdue? You are an engineering school. Talk.
Just saying.
Yeah. No, I'm taking the over on this. I think this could be a really good game. Could be one of the top games we're seeing of this one. By the way, this is the Citrus Bowl, too, if you're wondering. This is the Citrus Bowl. So next we have your team.
Who?
Penn State.
Oh, that team.
Number 11, Penn State. And they're taking on the number 9 ranked Utah Utes. And they are playing in the Rose Bowl, folks. The dance of all dances.
The granddaddy of them all.
Absolutely. The granddaddy of them all.
Keith
and
Jackson, God bless you.
Should be a whoa Nelly.
This possibly could be the best, bar none, the best bowl game of the year.
Could be. These are two teams that are very evenly matched.
I'm a Penn State diehard fan, and I'm going, this is a freaking coin flip. This is a coin flip.
Yeah.
It truly is. It all depends on what happens for Penn State's run game. If those two freshmen can get it going,
yeah.
If Allen and Singleton can get going, ball game. Ball game. Because that leads Sean Clifford into being able to do what Sean Clifford does the best, and that's play action pass. Hey, Sean, I do wish you the best of luck when the XFL drafts their quarterbacks.
Again.
You will be a starting quarterback. I truly do believe he'll be a starting quarterback in the XFL.
Could be. Listen, when you've got 30 years of experience in college football,
you know what?
Only to oversee the guy that's got his 9th year of eligibility at Oregon.
I give a lot of credit to that kid, though.
That's a lot, yeah. That injury after injury, you're going through it.
And he's
COVID
back,
stuff.
and he's one of the top tight ends in the country.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's real deal cool.
That's insane, and good for you, man.
There's a difference between Sean Clifford and that guy.
Yes, absolutely.
But that being said,
21 years.
Sorry.
Sorry.
No, you're right. If I'm going purely on who has the better quarterback,
yeah,
it goes to Utah.
Mm-hmm.
Defense, honestly, I think it might be a wash.
They're pretty well matched up.
Joey Porter's out.
Yeah.
He's not playing. I get it, dude.
Yes.
I'm not going to get mad at you. You're going to go top 15 more than likely in the NFL draft. But they still have Reed.
Yes, they do.
So, and Reed is just as good. Maybe even better, just not as tall.
Yeah.
I'm going Penn State.
Okay.
And I'm going Penn State. I think it could be a shootout.
Okay.
Depends on, like I said, Utah, if you want to hit Clifford in the head and watch what happens.
Watch Drew Allard do his thing.
Could you see the defensive coordinator yelling at his players on the sideline? What did you do? Why?
It's on the same level of Barry Switzer telling guys at Oklahoma, like, do not hurt Thurman Thomas. So you don't want to play against this freshman they got. That freshman, by the way, was Barry Sanders.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You don't want to deal with that.
Penn State wins with a late field goal by 3. Okay. Congratulations, Penn State, by the way. Great recruiting class.
Absolutely.
Great signing day yesterday. LSU had a fantastic signing day yesterday. Yeah. Both Andrew and I don't know what to do. We're usually griping and moaning about.
Yeah, I usually have a lot to be complaining about, but this time I kind of don't.
We're like, huh?
And neither do Texas fans. They got to shut the hell up too.
It's like we can't go.
Yeah.
Future looks great for Penn State.
Even Michigan can't really complain because Michigan actually jumped up. I didn't realize where they're at right now.
They were at 18.
Yeah, but they were originally towards the bottom. They were at like 30.
They got a lot of transfers.
Yeah, their transfers and the recruiting bumped them up into the top 20. So kudos to them.
Yeah, but they're gonna get beat by Iowa next year.
And of course, Bama just paid everybody again, like they've been doing for years.
What else is the Bama gonna pay for?
Yeah, I know.
There's no football team there.
There's nothing there. Tuscaloosa, barren wasteland. You see the tallest building there? It's one of the offensive linemen for Alabama.
Yeah. But no, I'm gonna go Penn State by a game-winning field goal.
All right. Jeez. Man,
It's tough, isn't it?
I think I'm going to go with Utah.
And that's fair. Like if I wasn't such a homer, I'd probably pick Utah too.
No,
and I'm being real when I say that.
It's nothing against Penn State. Obviously, they're well rested. And by the way, things balance out. Joey Porter Jr. is out. Clark Phillips III is out for Utah, and he's their top cornerback. He's going to probably go in the first round. He's another bigger Jalen Johnson, if you will.
I'm gonna be interested.
An inch bigger.
I'm gonna be interested because I think this might be a little bit of a coming out party for Tinsley.
Yeah,
the transfer from Western Kentucky. I think this might be where his stock rises a little bit.
Yeah.
In this game and shows that he can play in that next level, and he might go from the 4th round to maybe mid-third, early 3rd.
Yeah, you can certainly. I mean, the bowl games are a perfect chance for those guys that are just up and coming to start making their status known. But I'm going to say Utah. I'm going to say Utah probably by, I'm going to say 6. And it's just because I think Sean Clifford is just good for one of those interceptions that it just, when Utah gets a turnover, they take that momentum and they run with it. And when I say run with it, I mean like quite literally run with it. Their running game has been solid. Cameron Rising is a leader, and he's coming back next year.
Let's just hope he doesn't get hit like he did in the USC game.
He can't see right. He can't see straight. His stomach is right now in his chest.
Because I'm telling you right now, there are a couple guys on that team that will lay him out.
Oh, they're gonna go headhunting. If you want to, well, no, I shouldn't say headhunting, but if you want to win this game, I think you got to take out Cameron Rising. You have to find a way to get him out of the game.
And if you want to win the game, Utah, you need to take out Sean Clifford.
Okay, well, you're just lying now. You're not convincing anybody that is the reality. Nobody believes you. Everybody's looking at you. They're all wondering.
You believe me, don't you, Squirrely?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
No, but honestly,
jeez.
But honestly, yeah, if I wasn't, I'll freely admit, if I wasn't such a homer, I would probably lean Utah just because of the quarterback play.
I may take the under on this though too. These are two stout defenses even still. And by the way, Utah just added a bunch of transfer guys as well. They loaded up.
This might be Adula's coming out party for Penn State.
It could be, yeah.
The freshman linebacker who is now the new number 11 at Penn State.
Mm-hmm.
This might be that game where people go, okay.
He made all American freshman, so it's he's a talent. This should be a very fun Rose Bowl to watch.
Yeah, it should be very fun.
It'll be
very competitive, hard hitting.
Yes.
Both these teams are just nasty.
Yeah, it's going to be a close one. It definitely is going to be a close one. Well, David, it's time to get to the pièce de résistance.
Is it really? Is it really the pièce de résistance?
Well,
can we really say that? Because
it's the cherry on top if you like cherries. It could be whatever you want.
Everything in my fucking body was screaming, take TCU.
Yes, we have in this game the college football playoff, folks. That's right. In the Fiesta Bowl, we have TCU, number 3, taking on number 2, Michigan. Now, if Drew were here, he'd already tell you who he's going to take. And he already said it yesterday. So, Michigan's favored by 7.5. Over-under's at 58.5. David, who are you taking?
The only way TCU wins this game is if Max Duggan wills it to happen.
Yeah.
And bravo to you, by the way, Mr. Duggan, for declaring for the draft. Your stock will never be as high as it is right now. So I applaud you.
Yeah,
You're still going to go 3rd, 4th round, but you probably would have been, before this year, probably would have been a 5th, 6th round if he was lucky.
At the beginning of the season?
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably would have gone. He probably would have been undrafted.
Yeah.
Now, I think he's got a fair shot to be in the conversation
he's going to be a solid backup for somebody.
I think he could be like one of those guys, second day guy that might be challenging for a starting spot if somebody doesn't prove themselves.
That's also
Jets.
possibility as well.
I take Duggan over him.
Anthony Richards is going to be the.
Shut up. You can't even finish that sentence.
No, who did we see that they were drafting?
I don't remember.
And we all just. I swear to God, Atlanta. I looked at that mock draft. If you're letting out and saying you're going to get Spencer Rattler, we're going to have discustions.
I would have said taking Emory Jones, but he's going to Cincinnati.
Is that where he's going?
Yeah, he's going to Cincinnati.
Good God.
But who are you picking with this?
I can make it a Cincinnati relevant again.
No,
No,
you can't. Evan Prater is better than you.
I'm going to take Michigan. I think Michigan's just going to wear them down.
Okay.
My only concern is Michigan starts slow and TCU typically starts hot.
Yeah.
Or no, TCU starts slow too. So this could just be.
Yeah. They're more of a second half team.
Here's a play then. You figure the over-under for the halftime is going to be like 29.
Okay.
29 and a half. I'd take the under on that. I would take the under on the halftime, whatever that is.
Okay.
Because both of these teams do start slow.
Yeah.
Which just means second half fireworks. Oh my God. That'd be great.
They can
I'm
still
gonna
hit
take
the
Michigan.
over then.
Once again, I'm going to take Michigan just because I think Michigan's going to wear down that defensive line.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just going to be JJ doing JJ things. He's kind of proven to me that he's a above average quarterback.
It's a fair compliment.
I mean, you're no Sean Clifford, but can't even say that with a straight face.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
No, I think they just overwhelm them in the second half, and Michigan moves on.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna take Michigan. The defense is stout. The run
Which is
game
the weird
enough.
thing because there's no name.
Yeah.
That you want to go back to the old school and talk about no name defense.
Yeah.
Michigan has a no name defense, but they're playing better defense than they did last year.
Well, the team collectively, I think, has just been so good together, and it's showing. It's showing how talented they are in the long haul. So, I'm going to say Michigan. I'm gonna say Michigan probably by 9, and I think I'll take the over in this because I think Michigan. We know Michigan can put up some points. And I think, like you said, in the second half, there could be real fireworks in this.
If they break the Horny Toad spirit, it'll be an over.
This is a matter of pass defense versus run defense.
I really like that first half under.
Yeah. TCU's got to stop Michigan's run, which they're pretty good at, but they're not as stout like Michigan's defense is to stop the run. Meanwhile, Michigan's got to stop the passing attack from TCU, but their DBs are kind of in the middle of the road kind of guys. It's an interesting back and forth. It's an interesting back and forth for how these teams are going to play. I'm super excited for it, and especially for this next game as well, because this is the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, folks, between number 4 Ohio State and number 1 Georgia. And Georgia right now is less than a touchdown favorite at 6.5. The over-under is at 62. David, who are you picking for this one?
You know my answer.
But I want you to say it.
I'm not picking against Stetson Bennett. Are you crazy?
Why not?
Because every time I do, he looks like a first-round draft pick. Top 10, as a matter of fact. Dropping 4 touchdowns, 450 yards, just dimes. Dimes everywhere. Dimes falling from the skies. Stetson's like, I'm going to throw a Hail Mary and make it look like a dime. Because that's what Stetson Bennett does. He goes, I heard that Dykstra kid talk smack again. Watch what I can do. Now, that and the fact that Georgia has seemed this year to play up to their competition.
Yeah.
Anytime they came up against a team where everybody was like, well, this team's got more talent than Georgia. Georgia's like, oh, you think? Nope. And not just nope. They were like, nope. So, I mean, I think CJ Stroud's going to have a rough night. He's going to get hit a lot.
Yeah.
Their only saving grace may be Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah.
Because Marvin Harrison Jr. made Joey Porter and Reed from Penn State, which I think Penn State probably had the best, if not one of the top 3 secondaries in all of college football this year.
Yeah, I'd say top 3, top 5.
He made them look bad.
Yeah.
They could not. Penn State would have beaten Ohio State this year if they could have stopped Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah, which has been very hard to do.
And the fact still remains that he's the best wide receiver on that team. I don't care what you say about in the Jigba.
And Jigba.
Whatever. He's not even playing.
It's true. He is not playing.
Oh, I'm still injured.
Although it's not like they really need him at this point, so.
What? Wide receiver U doesn't need him anymore?
No, of course not.
Pshaw, you say.
Because they have
Pshaw.
the number 1 and number 2 coming next year, and then the number 1 after the year after that's coming too. So.
I would say my big concern for Ohio State is their run game.
Yeah.
Because Henderson is not playing.
Mm-hmm.
And to be quite honest, I don't know if Ohio State's defense has anybody that can cover that phenom of a tight end.
Not that I can think of off the top of my head. They don't have a linebacker or a safety that can really stay with him.
So you're going to dedicate a cornerback to that? I don't know about that.
I don't think. I mean, the only guy that could do it is Keely Ringo, but Keely's 6'2", 205. Brock Bowers, as a freshman, came in at 6'4", 230. Right now, he's pushing like 240.
Yeah.
So he added 10 pounds. By the way, it's 10 pounds of muscle.
Yeah.
It's not fat because he's still the same size he was last year. He's just like, I'm a little bit bulkier in the middle now. Oh, so now if I hit your abs, I'm going to break my hand? Cool, awesome. He's a Greek god. Jesus.
So, that being said, Georgia wins. I don't know if they cover the spread.
Okay.
That to me, I would probably, if I was going to play the spread, I would either juice it down a point or up a point.
Okay. All right.
And then whichever I decided I'd probably juice it up a point and then say Ohio State covers.
Okay.
Because if it was at plus 7.5,
Yeah.
I'd take Ohio State to cover.
Okay.
I think it's going to be not close, but close, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like Georgia's going to be the winner, and you're going to be able to tell Georgia's the winner,
Mm-hmm.
but it may not be like by 27 points or something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Yeah, I want to go with Georgia.
You want to take, because
I want to take Ohio State.
State's more talented.
Yeah.
They've got the better athletes on the offensive side.
But the problem is they're missing all the key pieces on defense right now. They don't have that stud corner. They've got the edge rushers, I think. I think they've got the guys on the front seven, but it's their DBs right now that could get cooked. And
their linebackers are horrible too.
The only one on that team that's worth a damn at this point is Jack Sawyer. He's the only one, and he's more of an edge rusher anyway.
Yeah.
So there's nobody that can stay with Brock Bowers. I don't even know if they can cover McConkey, just some random receiver that just came through the ranks and is like, apparently he's like the buddy of Stetson Bennett, so that's why they have such a good rapport.
Yeah.
And not only that, but McIntosh.
When two scrubs
Yeah.
get walk-ons, they practice together.
Yeah.
And then they work up through the ranks.
Yeah.
And now Stetson Bennett. And I'm going to say this right now. Stetson Bennett might be the next Chase Daniels.
Yeah, well, he's 20. He's been in
He can
college
play until
football
he's
for,
40.
Well, he's been in the college football for 40
12
years.
years
So, yeah.
as a pro, and I don't think he'll ever get past being a backup.
Yeah. No, that's all gray hair, folks. He's 25 for those who don't know. He is one of the oldest quarterbacks right now.
He's as old as Lamar Jackson.
Yeah. He's as old as Velus Jones Jr.
He's older than Justin Fields.
He's not as old as Sean Clifford, though. But he's close.
Sure.
He's close. They're like both in rocking chairs, They They do the Steven Seagal thing. They spray paint their hair and they put the
Is it
shoe polish
bad?
in there.
Like Clifford takes off his helmet and Aller's standing right beside him, and you're like, "Is that your kid?"
If somebody said that to him, oh my God, the disrespect on that. I'm actually only 18. What? What do you mean you're only 18? Who fed you what meat? What veggies did you eat?
Yeah, there was a distinctive difference.
Yeah. I just drank milk. Oh, well.
God bless the hormones in milk.
I should have drank more milk, obviously. I'm gonna take the Bulldogs. I'm gonna take the Bulldogs by 10.
Okay.
Well,
and I could see it going that way too.
Because I think there's just gonna come a point where the Ohio State may get so behind they may just pull Stroud. I know he may not want that, but Georgia, look, we've seen them get a lead. That defense can be so good. They had a 35-3 lead in the SEC. Okay, they were pulling starters by the end of the third. All right, this team's good, and I think it could hit the over for sure. But Ohio State, best of luck to you.
Oh, by the way, Jack Miller, transfer from Ohio State, who plays for Florida now, not the smartest move. You are not good, sir.
Yeah, he's bad. He's bad. He's Florida. You got yourself a quarterback though, in Jalen Rashada.
Yeah.
Just
they'll have a freshman quarterback starting next year.
Just don't break him because he's really nice.
First thing you do, sir, is you go up to this kid. His name's ATN. You shake his hand and say, "You're my best friend now."
Yes, absolutely. And that again, that's another name in that quarterback list of Arch, Nico, Malachi. God, that group's going to be good.
Hopefully.
Everybody hits, they're going to be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's still guys in that could hit.
Oh,
like Oklahoma's guy, Arnold. Shave your mustache.
See, but once again, we're sitting here talking about it. Things have changed so much from when we grew up.
Yeah, absolutely.
There were quarterback camps, but there weren't elite quarterback camps. Like
the Elite 11 quarterback camp is not the only one in existence anymore. There's so many.
You got the Manning camp.
Yes.
Which that's all you need to say.
Yeah. You've got Trent Dilfer's one. You've got I think Tom Brady does one, the TB12
probably
QB camp.
If he doesn't, as soon as he retires after this year, I'm sure he will.
I think it's a roaming camp, and I think it's overseen by his trainer, whatever his name is. But no, you've got these kids come from all walks of life, and they start throwing from the time they're like 5 now.
You want to know the quarterback camp that was advertised in Pennsylvania when I was growing up?
Was it the pump pass kick?
Todd Blackledge. Quarterback camp. I personally went to the Matt Barr kicking camp.
Oh, nice.
That was fun. I've actually kicked in Beaver Stadium.
Very nice. Yeah. I went to Greg Olson's offense-defense camp where I got to learn how to play tight end at 5'9", and I would not recommend it because when you're standing next to a guy from Texas that's 6'4", you're like, I got to block this dude.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Those were the fun times for me as a fullback.
Oh, I love playing fullback.
The big 6'3" guy who thinks he's all world comes crashing through the line, and you're like, your ass is mine.
Yeah, I have so much respect for you tight ends, though. Just sit on the line and just be like, you want me to chip block this dude? This guy might be like this guy could be my uncle.
That was the best thing I saw out of Hard Knocks. I'm not going to lie. Watching TJ Hawkinson chip block Aiden Hutchinson for the first time. Aiden gets up and goes, "Oh, that shit ain't gonna happen again."
That's not happening. That ain't happening. He's 14. He's got a mustache. 14, my ass. Baloney. You got held back here. Bull. All right. That's gonna do it for us. Unless you want to give your final. You want to give your final one? Or
no. Unfortunately, you're not even going to be here.
I won't be here.
Please. You think I'm going to go against Stetson Bennett after last year? Are you nuts? I picked against him twice last year. Twice!
Yeah, you did.
And he went, "How you like me now, Dykstra?"
Yeah. I'm also going to take Georgia. I don't know what the line's going to be. I couldn't tell you, but...
You want to talk about another game that's going to just be smash mouth, like, let's see who punches who harder.
I don't even know what that, though. Georgia's just... They may just come out and just be like, Mike
I just
Tyson would
wanna-
just be like, right, left, right, left, right, left. Like, we're taking you in the corner.
I just want to see Carter lift up the center from Michigan and move him.
Well, considering that boy is 330 pounds, that's good. That is actually going to be a very interesting fight because the center for Michigan's the transfer that came over from BYU, and he's rated to be a potential top prospect as well.
Yeah.
That's going to be a fun fight to watch. If you're a trench guy like myself, I'm sure, David, you can appreciate a good trench fight.
I appreciate a good trench fight.
Absolutely. That's going to be the matchup right there, man. That's a Hwafa Samoan against a bad man from Georgia, Jalen Carter.
Anybody who will listen, take the Texans on the money line right now. I'm not even joking.
You're not joking?
Malik Willis is starting for the Tennessee Titans this week.
So we will see a lot of running quarterbacks this week, apparently, in the NFL. Toodles, Ryan Tannehill.
Toodles.
It's been fun.
No, I don't think it's. Tannehill's out with a legit injury.
No, I know. But
So-
I think he's got one more year left on that contract. We're done here. We're getting out. It's ridiculous.
There it is.
It just doesn't stop. It doesn't stop.
Hey,
All right.
I had to do it one more time.
That's going to do it for the show here, ladies and gentlemen. We hope you all really enjoyed this one. I am, of course, joined by my man, David Dykstra. David, thank you so much for being here, man.
My pleasure.
Is it getting colder in here? What is going on?
The Arctic winds have arrived.
I mean, all of a sudden, yeah, exactly. My temperature rises. So, David, please let the people know.
Andrew's turkey's done.
Yes, where they can find you, listen to you.
I got TJ.
I know. I heard.
I love it.
Let the people know where they can cook you, find you, all that good stuff, amigo.
You can find me at David Dykstra 4 on Twitter. You can also find me at DDykstra7795 on Instagram. You can find me Mondays through Fridays, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Central Standard Time on the Daily Tip with hosts Chelsea Messenger and Michael Jenkins on the Daily Tip. You can also find me most Mondays from 2 to 4 doing our radio show, Blow the Whistle, with my boy Tyler Butterball, Buterball, ball and chain. Ye old ball and chain. And Andrew, of course. You can find us on all platforms, Spotify, Google Play, iPod Play.
Pod play.
But we won't forget about Quad Pod because Quad Pod doesn't forget about us as long as you have a headshot.
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you again for that, Brandon, too. That has been a gift that you have given us.
It keeps on giving.
Along with Cup and the Balls, which he is very happy that we were able to reference that when I talked to him last. So, all for you, buddy. If you want to find me, I'm breaking my ass bones and my back here on this chair. If you would like to donate thrones to us, we would very much appreciate it.
I don't need a throne.
Or at least was it a stadium cushion?
Just send him an inflatable donut.
Yeah, something, man, because this is killing me right now. If you guys.
And he's supposed to fly to Puerto Rico.
Yeah, this is why I'm kind of glad maybe things are getting delayed right now. So, if you guys want to follow me, I'm at The Fluffy Guru on Twitter, but I'm always at Boom Crew Captain on Instagram. If you guys want to find any more of our stuff, obviously you can find Blow the Whistle, X-Bomb Sports, all that good stuff. We're on the Facebook side, which decided to just poo-poo all over us.
Nothing like a good poo-poo.
Nothing like a good poo-poo from Facebook. Thank you so much.
We'll blame the blizzard.
After we just got Twitch back.
We'll blame the blizzard.
Yes, we'll blame the blizzard. I don't even know what it's doing outside. I don't even want to know. But yes, find us on the YouTube, on Twitch, on Facebook, 5:30-ish, 6:30-ish. Wednesday to Thursday, that's when we're going live. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. This week too, also we'll get to that. I'll talk about this here. Also as well, make sure to follow us on our social media at XBomb Sports on Instagram and on Twitter. And if you have any questions or comments, guys, you can hit us up at xbsportsofficial@gmail.com. Before we get to the podcast stuff real quick. So yeah, I'm going to be gone for a couple weeks, but that does not mean that things are going to stop. We're going to have shows with David. We're going to have Unpack the Knack with our boy TJ. We're going to have possibly Drew's going to get in here and do some episodes as well. So we're gonna have some stuff going on still. Nevertheless, while
TJ, people will actually be able to talk and give their own, thoughts.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that in some ways. Yes.
you know what.
Merry Christmas!
No more show for anybody. I'm canceling all the everything. No Twitch. No, I'm pulling it. I'm deleting all of it. So there you go.
You know what's going to make him the most happy when we actually have our own studio is when he actually has a show that's called the Andrew Valentin Show. He's like, no one's going to interrupt me? This is fantastic.
No, it's gonna be called Fluff Daddy Guapo's place. That's what I'm gonna call it. I don't know what to
He's going to have a big-ass throne chair and two ladies on his side.
Or
He's just going to sit there with a microphone.
Or I'm gonna call up Freddie Prinze Jr. and go Fluff and the Fred. One of those.
All right.
So we'll see. But obviously, guys, the podcast stuff. Obviously, blow the whistle. Check them out. Radio side, Sportstown Chicago, 2 to 4 p.m. On Mondays, Central Time as well. Check them out as well on Tuesdays where they're doing the TV stuff. They'll be doing the breakdown for the college football stuff as well, like we just did here, doing all the bowl game stuff. So be on the lookout for that too. Also, check out our boy Brandon Janeska, who is doing his thing. Although he wasn't on the air today because he had the day off, but because of the blizzard, he couldn't make it up here. So he was supposed to join us. Brandon, we love you all the same.
Brandon, excuses are like lips and we all have them.
Yes.
You just had to leave like at 4 a.m, drive 40 miles an hour. You'd been here just fine.
But nevertheless, I understand completely, and we love you all the same. But check him out, 94.3.
He ain't got to lie to us.
WMKR.
He's out clogging right now.
He's famous, man. What can we say? We can't help it, Find him on Genuine Country if you're going down to Taylorville. Also, too, though, check out his podcast, Baseball Banter with Brandon. It's on Anchor and on Spotify. And while you're on Spotify, check out Monday Motivation with Hannah B. You can find
Big time.
Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. It's a wonderful podcast that gets you all the positive energy and motivation that you're looking for.
It's a big-time podcast.
Absolutely, a big-time podcast for a very, very, very famous individual here who you can find on the radio side as well, doing her thing on the afternoons, 3 to 7 p.m., doing her thing at 102.3 XLC, doing the afternoon drive. And while you're also listening to her on the radio in the afternoon, check her out in the mornings at 96.7 The Star with the legendary Eddie Volkman doing the After 8 morning show, doing a great job there as well and just absolutely killing it all the way.
While you're talking about her, let me just give her a quick shout-out. She is the only person, and I do mean the only person, that has texted me every single day since my dad has passed to make sure I'm okay.
Absolutely.
Every single day. I love it. I love her.
We love you, Hannah. We know how much you care about all of us and everything, and we appreciate everything about you.
That's what we appreciates about you.
Yes. That is what we appreciates about you. Really appreciates about you. And also, too, guys, you can check out the Parlay as well. Yes, the Parlay. Yes, our boys, Tony Lopez and former Chicago Bull and professional boxer Kendall Gill. You know Tony, right?
Tony Lopez.
Tony Lopez. You know.
Oh, Tilo.
Yes, Tilo.
Oh.
Does this joke get old for anybody? It doesn't for us. It was funny the first time because it just came out of nowhere. It was so good.
It's great. I can still do it.
Check them out, guys. Combat Sports, MMA, boxing. They're in their new season. There's a ton of stuff they're covering. There's so much. I'm starting to get stuff together for boxing because there's some big boxing matches that are coming up here soon. So we're going to be talking about that. So if you want to place your bets and things like that, check us, listen to us. But definitely check out the Parlay at theparlay.com. And if you want any help with your fantasy football needs, if you want to become possible champions like me and David here, we're on the verge of potentially winning ourselves a belt in the Fake Football Guys tournament. Check out the Fake Football Guys, where our boys Dustin and JC give you all the fantasy football names, tips, and tricks that can help your team be the best in your league. It's us helping out in the producing. Every now and then we decide to chime in with our own stuff. You can decide who has the better information. That's up to you. But either way, check out the Fake Football Guys on YouTube at all times. And of course, I don't have the graphic yet. I will get it together. Check out Unpack with the Knack every Tuesday.
I think
3-4-ish is when we're kind of looking at.
I literally think it should be a cartoon version of Knack with a package right in front of his junk.
What do you think, TJ?
I mean, I'd be open to some interpretations. You know?
Well, we have an idea. We've got something going. Check it out every Tuesday, 3 to 4 is kind of the time we're looking at. So be on the lookout for that. We had an incredible pack opening on this last one, guys.
Hell yeah, we did.
Check it out. Episode 5, Unpack with the Knack. Episode 6. Episode 6 is we did an extra episode.
Yeah, we did.
It was so much fun, and what we got, you will be shocked to see. Go check it out, guys. It's Unpack with the Knack.
Tease. Cha-ching.
This is where I wish we had the big money, like slot machine winner.
I just want to play Shane McMahon's. Money, 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 money.
Glorious.
That
Yeah. Well, with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get out of here. I will see you guys in 2 weeks. These guys will keep seeing you. I'll be in the chats every once in a while, sneaking around in one of my burner accounts.
No, you're not allowed.
No, you won't know who I am.
Go enjoy your family and your time in Puerto Rico.
I absolutely will. But I'll be checking in on you guys every once in a while.
Listen, you stinking Puerto Rican.
Okay, I'm letting you get one because you're my friend. I love you. So, you get one.
Relax.
Nah,
Let us handle it. Enjoy your time.
I will. I
keep
absolutely will.
It's away from technology, man. Just enjoy.
I will. Unfortunately, it's going to rain for the first week, so that's what's going to suck.
Better than what we're going to be dealing with here.
That's very true. And because of that, we're going to get out of here. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. We'll see you guys next week for more shows and the week after that. And then I will see you guys in 2 weeks. So, as always, ladies and gentlemen, much love. Peace out, Boom Crew.